In this pile, or these cards that haven't been turned over, there's a total of 21. And that means that in this spot right here, there's going to be 24 cards, because 21 plus 24 is 45, and 45 plus the 7 ones that are turned up is 52. Our strategy is going to focus on eliminating cards from this pile first, and we're going to do it kind of backwards, where we go all the way to the end, and then we use the undo feature and take the last 2 cards. That way we can cycle through the cards, as you'll see in a minute. And we'll only make exceptions if we can move cards out of this pile of 21. As these piles play out, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ways you're cycling through. A tendency when you start out is to play, okay, we'll play this jack if we can play it, and then we'll play the ace if we can play it. That's not going to maximize your chances. What we want to do is we want to maximize our chances of solving this. And in order to do that, what we need to do is solve the opposite way. We want to solve from the, let's say, top down. So we would like to focus over here first, and maybe here next, and then if that's not available, take that option. We want to focus from the top down instead of the bottom up. So we want to cycle all the way through the end, and then go to here, and then use the undo feature to see what we can use to solve it. And that's going to increase our chances dramatically. And the reason being is, let's say we are going from here on the bottom. If we pull this ace, let's say some of these cards are playable right here. If we pull the ace, what that's going to do is all 3 of these cards are going to reset the next time we cycle through that, and it's not going to be the same. And we want to maximize our chances of eliminating this pile of 24. So let's say we pull this ace. So okay, we pull this ace out right here. We just take it out. We take it out right there. I'm going to use a different color just to get the point across. So we take this ace out. Ace is no longer in the pile. What it does is that essentially is going to pull the rest of this stuff. So let's say this ace right here goes down, and this 8 right here, 8 of hearts, goes down, and that's the new card up front. The next card, as you can probably guess, is going to be the jack of hearts, and that's going to be in the spot of the 8 of spades. And of course, next we're going to have the 6 of spades. That is going to replace the queen of clubs right there. And then as you cycle through, the next card, I'm guessing you can figure this out, is going to be the 3 of spades right here. That's going to replace the 5 of diamonds. And last but not least, the 4 of hearts is going to replace the 7 of diamonds. Some of these cards you can use to solve, but let's say you had a card before that. Let's say we had a card before that. Well, all of a sudden this queen of spades right here that we could, or queen of clubs, sorry, this queen of clubs right here. Let's say we could have used this to solve. Well, if we have taken a card from right here, the queen of clubs is not going to be playable unless we move some stuff around. And we would like to maximize our chances, and in order to do that, we're going to want to take from here first. The only exception to that would be if one of these cards at the bottom of the pile, let's say for example this 7, improved the situation. The only spot I would consider deviating from the strategy is where we have, let's say, this we have this black 7 right here, and we know it's going to go here, and what that'll do is pull this pile right here and open it up, so we could take cards out of here. So if we can do that, if we can take cards out of here, we may want to look at that variation and test it out And of course, if it doesn't work out, we can always use the undo feature to get out of that. So here might be a spot where you'd want to make an exception. You've got the 7 that would go between the 8 and the 6, and that would take a card out of this pile, which would open it up. That might be an exception where you want to deviate from that strategy. Now, you may or may not have noticed at 254 in this video, I was stumped. I had no more moves available. So what I did is I went to the undo feature to check a variation. And the reason I was stumped is because I hadn't maximized the opportunities I could have taken with that pile strategy that I was showing earlier. And after I was able to do that, I was able to find the one extra variation that was able to get me through it. But the point of this is that using the undo feature allows you to test more variations and, of course, increase your odds of solving the puzzle. Doesn't guarantee you can solve it, but it definitely increases your odds. And, of course, increasing your odds is very important if you're going to have any chance at solving a complicated puzzle such as this, which we just did right here. Let's take a look at another example. Another tip I would give is there's different variations to stuff. For example, we have 2 10s right here and 1 jack. What we can do is we can look at each variation and see which one plays best. So let's say we do this 10 right here, and nothing goes about it. We just use the undo button to undo that, and then instead we can check this variation. And sometimes you don't know until later on which variation is better. The nice thing is you can use the undo button to go back to this point. In this example here, we may have run out of space for moving cards from here. However, we'd like to keep our piles going, and it doesn't always have to be this scenario, but what we're looking to do is get cards out of here or potentially this pile. And how do we do that? Well, if you look closer, you'll notice that there is this 7 of diamonds right here, and what we would like to do is get it into this pile, but to do that we're going to have to do some maneuvering. So yeah, right here we are stumped. The moves we're making, there's nothing here that can be put down, but if we can get this piles going, we might have a chance of solving this. So let's go ahead and try that. And right here, you'll notice there's nothing we can move this. What we want to do is, we don't have a 3 of hearts. So what we need to do is move this 4 of hearts here, and that opens up the spades, a 5 of spades, 6 of spades. Now we can work on diamonds. You gotta be careful with these variations. You want to make sure you do it in a way that allows you to maneuver around. So we've opened up that pile, but we need to keep going. So we move that right there, this right here, and the good thing about that is you'll notice there's an 8 of hearts that can go right here, and we're trying to get this 9 of spades up top and move that pile. Since we have an 8 of clubs, we can use the move a 7 of hearts right there. 8 of spades goes up, 9 of spades goes up, so that's good. Now all of a sudden we go through here and there's nothing, right? Well, no, not quite. We still have moves. If you'll notice this 8 of diamonds, well, there's a 9 of diamonds right here, 10 of diamonds, queen, and then of course the jack of diamonds. And then we can move all these pieces down correspondingly, and that pretty much solves the puzzle. So yeah, that's another powerful technique you can use to improve your chances of solving it. You won't always get to the end of it, but it definitely will improve your percentages. And that, of course, is going to wrap this video up. I am signing out. I would like to thank you for watching and wish you good luck in your play.